Hey, you guys, welcome back to another video. My first full acrylic video on this channel. Really happy to have you guys here. And I guess I should use this time to introduce myself because I haven't done that since this channel really started. Okay. Um, but first thing first, I'm working on my lovely client that lets me do whatever to her nails. Her name is IB and she's amazing. Thank you. Her nails have been prepped, primed, and tipped. And we're going to be doing a lovely, shiny, glittery blue and purple design on her hands today. We really didn't know where we were going when we started, but we just knew she just knew she wanted it to be shiny. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I should introduce myself. My name is Sudo. I'm a nail tech and I live in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Whoop whoop. And I've been doing nails for a couple of years now. And I thought it's time for me to get into this YouTube game. So here I am. On her first nail, I used CJP's Blue Hue and ombred it with CJP's Honey Pearl. It's a really lovely nude with some shimmer in it. And then I just picked up some loose iridescent glitter with some clear acrylic and just kind of swooshed it over the blue hue just so it adds a bit more shiny. Now, for the purple, I can't really remember what it's called because I've had it for a really long time. I think I got it from my local nail supply store. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So here I'm just marbling all of that. Oh, the white I use is also from CJP. So yeah, I'll link everything that I use in the description box below. As long as I can find it and it's still in stock, you're good to go. So now I'm still marbling this nail, but in a second you'll see me take some iridescent chrome powders and just I didn't use any clear acrylic. I literally just picked it up with my brush that was still a little wet from the monomer and then just put it down in some places that I thought looked cute. It adds a bit more shine to it. And well, if you know IB, she's all about shiny. So that's great. So on this nail, I'm doing another ombre and this time it's going to be a three-tone ombre with the blue, purple, and the honey pearl from CJP. So I'm just going to let you guys watch that for a while and then I'll come back after the application. Okay, so if you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around and watching the video. I really, 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 really appreciate you. So I'm just going to go back into what's going on in here. After this, you're going to see me move into the thumb. And I whenever I'm going to start off a marble, I always place down like a small marble bead of all the colors that I'm going to be marbling at the cuticle area, so that I don't have to like bother about marbling all the way up there and then getting all muddy and messy. So that's what I'm doing here. So I place down very very runny beads of all three colors, and then I just run my brush through all of them. I don't do it too much, if not it just becomes a very icky muddy mess, but that's what I do. So I do this and I repeat this step all the way down the nail, going with the three colors, sorry, and I keep going until I finish the entire nail. Then I'm also going to come in with the mermaid chrome again and do the same thing just like I did the ring finger. And after that, we're going to move into encapsulation with clear. Now, I was working with really, really tiny beads and trying to make them as runny as possible because my studio was super hot on this day. Now, I live in Nigeria, so it's always hot. But that day was super, super hot. It's been really hot this year, actually. I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, we keep going. So I'm going to start encapsulating with clear acrylic. And the purpose of having clear acrylic to encapsulate, especially when you have ombres and glitters and different colors in your design, is just to make sure that you don't file all your hard work and design away. So it acts like a barrier between your file and shaping, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So I encapsulate in different ways. I really don't have rhyme or reason or method in doing this. Sometimes I start at the bottom of the nail, sometimes I start at the top. Today was a start at the top kind of day. So I take my acrylic and I also put in my apex with the clear acrylic. That helps give the nail some strength. You can see I tip the nail downwards, but that was because it was a runny bead. So I just allowed gravity to work for me. So I tip the nail downwards and then the acrylic just flows down towards the tip. And then when it stopped flowing and running around, then I can shape it and push it back into the places that it needs to be. I make sure that I wipe my sides so I don't have to file too much and it doesn't lose too much shape. And then I go back in and do this with all the other nails. So I'm just going to let you watch this and I'll come back in when it's time for filing. Okay, so I'm done encapsulating. So I'm just going to go over my filing technique with you. I think I have a pretty standard filing technique. I usually just go refine the shape first before I go over the entire nail. So I go on the side walls, straighten the side walls, then the tip to refine it properly. And then I go under the nails, like on the hang nails and stuff, not hang nails, but all like the drip or the runoff and stuff on the underside of the sidewalls. I file that up so everything looks nice and crisp. Now, if you watch, because it's a slightly longer nail, I support the side of her nail so that her nail is not going back and forth while I'm filing. That just causes a lot of discomfort to your client. So it'll be a good thing. It's always a good thing to support the nail whenever you're doing that. I used to hate this part of the nail process when I used to get my nails done in the salon because everyone just seemed to be very aggressive with the nail file. And I thought to myself, I would never do this. Like, and I would always say, like, be careful. I have sensitive skin. And then next thing you know, they caught me with a file. And I'm like, did I not just say to be careful? But whatever. And it's one of the things that I decided that when I do start doing nails or when I'm doing my own nails or other people's nails, I always make sure that I season my file and I pull the skin back before I start to file the side walls and the cuticles. In fact, most times, in recent times actually, I don't use a hand file to go around the cuticle because I think I feel more comfortable doing it with a sanding pad on an e-file. So, yeah, I've always thought to be really careful with a nail file because it's really, really painful. And it's like, it's one of the things that would make me or has definitely made me not go back to a specific nail technician because he or she wasn't careful with the nail file and she cut me or he cut me. So, you always need to be really careful with your nail file when you're filing on your clients. Pull back the skin as much as possible. Don't hurt them. Their comfort is the main thing with your client. They're coming to get a nice, relaxing service from you. They shouldn't have to worry about going home with cuts. I know sometimes they used to say beauty is pain, but that's not true. It doesn't need to be painful. It can be a very relaxing experience. Now I'm just going over the nail with my mandrel, my sanding band. I'm using it at 3 or at most 4 RPMs, and I just use it to go over the cuticles, smooth over the nails, kind of almost like taking out any scratches, making it smoother. I don't like to go around the cuticle with a hand file because it's so easy to cut your client. And I think I have better precision with the sanding band on my e-file. So that's what I do. So I just use it, go over the entire nail, smooth out that nail, make sure it's nice and smooth to touch and no lumps and bumps all over the place. So that's it for all the filing. Just gonna wipe off all the dust and then we're going to placing some crystals. Now I used a mixture of some clear purple and light blue crystals. I stuck all of that down with some hard gel and then top coated the nails. And right after that, we're gonna go into the reveal. Aren't those gorgeous? Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching my video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!